Sasa saa hii naenda kuolewa. Nitaambia mtoto wangu babu yake ako wapi? Karibu kila mtu mwenye ni Mkikuyu mwenye tunapatana na yeye, makanga wote tunapata anaitwa Kevin Nyambura. Kevin Nyambura. Nyambura. Imagine kila mtu mwenye tunapata anaitwa ati kila mtu ako na jina ya mwanamke hapo kando. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha hana baba. 99% of the people I know hawana jina ya baba yao.
Kwani wanazanga
anaitwa Amos Gathoni. Mbona anaitwa Amos Gathoni? Baba yake yako wapi?
Wonder. It's very funny because I tend to think that it's only in one region in the whole world, very, very special, that sons are called by the names of their mothers. Never heard anywhere else.
Do you know? I'm to shock you. It's not even in our culture.
These ladies, yes. Do you think they're wife materials? The two, honestly speaking. Usipake mafuta kwenye mgongo wa chupa. Honestly speaking. Even if they were so desirous of having a family, do you think they can make a family?
You see, the bad thing about humankind, we are primates. By that I mean, it's monkey see, monkey do. Usually, your child, we are both parents, both of us. Your child is most likely, not even most likely, your child will copy what you're doing.
Hello, dear Kenyans, dear viewers. Another day, another time. It is another wonderful day. Welcome all to Ask Your Father Kenya. Mr. Sika,
yes, sir.
Karibu tena katika kikao hiki cha baba wawili.
Asante.
Yeah, why is it so necessary to ask the father always, all the time?
See, the father will always tell you the truth. Let's start there.
They say the mother knows the truth.
Oh, sure she does. But she's protective. She's the custodian. But the father will tell you the truth.
The father will definitely tell you the truth, and that is why we are here. Call me Kasha, K-A for Kakai, and Sha for Manshed.
Yes.
The topic of the day.
The topic of today is quite interesting. I actually looked for him because I saw these two young ladies on the TikTok feed. Mama Zanira.
Mama Zanira.
Yes, Mama Zanira.
Kikuyu men a lot, I hate it.
I liked it. I fell in love with it, and I thought this is the right question to ask your father.
That is why this is called Ask Your Father. You will always find your answers because fathers are always authentic. Fathers are always on point.
Kasha, what really picked me on the subject is when these two young girls are not so young, because I think by the way they speak, they are way into their early 20s.
So
they're like looking now to ready to face life, into marriage, into careers.
Yeah, sure.
But they're looking for that space and the connection between them and their daddies who have been absent in their lives by the manner they speak. And I thought, what has Mama told you all along?
What has Mama told you all along? Has it always been the truth? So the truth is here. That is why you have to ask your father. But before we get into this conversation, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh yes, bring all the questions you have. Not like we have the answers, but at least we face them head on.
And let us reason together.
Tell you the truth, however bitter, however unpalatable. And I hope for some of those that engage.
Yes.
Because some people engage with the idea they want to answer you back.
Yeah, sure.
You want me to look for me, the absentee father, because you want to crucify me. You want me to explain, why did I not come? Why have I not appeared in the scene all along?
Yeah, sure.
Why is it today that I'm here? And I don't think that is the right approach.
So before we start it off, kindly, dear viewers, participate in this viewership and then send your reactions. But this is the opinion of the father.
Oh yes.
So let's enjoy.
We are here, product of irresponsible Kikuyu men. Product of irresponsible Kikuyu fathers. We are both products. Mimi mnajua sijui baba yangu. Baba yangu alienda wapi? Ako wapi? Na nani?
Tafuta Inoro. What did they go?
Baba yangu. Where is my father? What did they go?
Baba yenu wako hapa?
Sorry to my... I am not sure they are my sisters, they are my daughters, but I'm in between that space.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel what they are looking for out there. There's a gap in their lives, right?
Baba yangu yuko wapi?
There's a gap,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And from the take of it, if they were introduced to another father, maybe they would not be looking for me anyway. But the father figure has been absent. They are not looking for their maternal father. Mm-hmm. They are now been reacting to a situation whereby the community has vilified this man for walking away from his responsibilities. But it's two-way, my friend. It's two-way.
Let us listen on to what these beautiful damsels have to say and just get a conversation out of it.
Oh, yes.
Na where my father is, tuko wangapi?
Mimi niliambiwa tuko 10 from different moms. Why?
Nini
na hajanunua wao hajanunua hao wa mama.
Hata mamangu hakununuliwa. Lakini wacha kucha nini?
I posted there. Mamangu hakununuliwa. Dowry was never about buying your mother.
Mm-hmm.
No, never.
Oh yeah, there's a point that is coming out already.
Dowry.
Where is my father?
No. Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. Because I can speak with authority in Kikuyu. It's my culture.
It is your culture.
Yes, it is my land.
Yes.
And I've been studying the subject. As you know, I'm not just a seeker by connotation. I am a real seeker.
Yes.
I try to connect the traditions of what has happened to our forefathers long before they came with the white man, and the changes that has befallen the community ever since to this point. We have so many issues, so very many issues, including alcohol prevalence among our young men. It all this boils down to a problem that has been happening.
So they are asking, where is
These
the
daughters,
father? The daughters are asking.
These daughters
where
asking
you,
where the father is.
And you are here.
I am here.
Yes.
I may not be
Why
among,
are you here and you are not at home?
I may not be among the deadbeats, but
yes.
I speak for them.
Yes.
Because everyone is a victim here. The daughters are a victim, their mama is a victim, and the father who left is a victim. But nobody has given that father a right of reply. Because in every accusation, before you condemn,
yes,
you deserve a right of reply. Today we cannot sit here and condemn someone who is not on this table.
Yeah, sure.
That's illegal, it's unlawful, it is immoral. So these daughters are saying you did not buy our mother. For starters, it was never about buying her. Eh? Second thing, have you ever asked her what she did to keep me alone?
Was it?
Why did I leave?
Why did you leave? Was it because you never bought the mother?
That was part of the process, because that's where we are supposed to begin. But how is it we got a baby with you even before I paid dowry? How is it?
Let's listen
something
on.
was already...
Let's listen on, man. The stories.
Let's go.
Wewe mliona mtukope. Mnaona sisi ni wa kukopa.
Imagine, yani unakopa mama yangu.
Unakopa mama yangu.
Sasa saa hii naenda kuolewa. Nitaambia mtoto wangu babu yake ako wapi? Why are you so irresponsible, Kikuyu man?
You're not even reasoning. Because fathers are the ones that are supposed
to wapi? Hebu tuambieni juu karibu kila mtu mwenye ni Mkikuyu mwenye tunapatana na yeye makanga wote tunapata anaitwa Kevin Nyambura. Kevin Nyambura.
Makanga ni wengi wanaitwa.
Very true, very true, very true. Hata mimi nitakwambia mwenye nilipa leo asubuhi jina lilikuwa kama hiyo tu Nyambura. And this Njoroge Nyambura, and you wonder.
But it's very funny because I tend to think that it's only in one region in the whole world, very, very special, that sons are called by the names of their mothers. Never heard anywhere else.
Do you know, I'm to shock you, it's not even in our culture. It is not. This is something the community has been involving way too fast. And a lot was thrown at them, and they are responding and reacting to it. With the coming of the white man, a lot changed. The traditional setting of the Kikuyu African tradition changed. Yeah? So this boy here, or this son here, is associated with the mother who's been ever present in his life. Whereas the man may have been vilified by the community or by the woman. So the man may have walked away trying to look for resources because what was around was taken over. Remember, it's the White Highlands that the white man settled. So this man has been going through a lot, but nobody gave him a chance to speak. If today you dethrone a king, do you expect him to be in the streets politicking?
I don't think.
He look for a hole to hide first. He will look for a hole. But no one gives this man a chance to explain himself. Nobody. We've been looking to be part of your life, but your mother will not allow us. Actually, for some of us, we've been taken to feeder.
In short, whatever you are saying is that you've been chased away by the women, right?
Either by the women or by the circumstances. Two way. Because if I did not have enough resources, or the resources I had, your mother could not accommodate me with the little I had.
Let's listen on.
Tukope. Mnaona sisi ni wakukopo.
Imagine, yani unakopa mama yangu.
Unakopa mama yangu.
Sasa saa hii naenda kuolewa. Nitaambia mtoto wangu babu yake ako wapi?
Hauna baba aje. Everyone is born of a woman and a man. But the woman was left in this space and vilified me going forward. So, what remains for me? Nani atanitetea?
Why are you so irresponsible, Kikuyu man?
You're not even reasoning. Because fathers are the ones that are supposed to
wapi? Hebu tuambieni juu karibu kila mtu mwenye ni Mkikuyu mwenye tunapatana na yeye makanga wote tunapata anaitwa
Kevin Nyambura.
Kevin Nyambura. Michael Nyambura. Imagine kila mtu mwenye tunapata anaitwa ati kila mtu ako na jina ya mwanamke hapo kando.
But even if the father separated with the mother for any whatever reason, is it a reason enough that the name of the father has to be wiped out of the family completely, such that now the lady is saying she's being called by the name of the mother? She's wondering. Kutokana na sauti yake, you can hear some bitterness, yeah?
Yeah.
She feels it's not right, but the circumstances has forced her to be in the position she is.
Yes.
Who is to blame? Because why is it necessary that after the separation of the father from the family, the mother decides even to wipe out the name of the father?
Bitterness, my friend. Bitterness. Even the woman does not understand the role she plays in the whole setup. There's a story that's been told about this man. He was maybe in his mid-40s, and his father had grown ill in the village.
Yes.
So he brought him to the city for medication. But the wife to this man could not have this old man in her house because now she's in her space. This man is having diapers and medicine and all that. And the man is going to work, you know, now there are more bills to pay. But the woman is being left with all these responsibilities. So she told him, you know what? It's either he leaves or I do. Do you know what happened? The old man, this gentleman, he said to, okay, fine. So that I don't break my home, let me take this old man back and then employ someone to take care of him. But when they got there, the river was flooded. Yes, it was. And halfway through the river, and they were crossing, I know he's carrying his father on his back, so they take a rest onto a stone. And the old man started crying, shaking. And the man was like, why, Dad? Are you sad I'm taking you home? And he told him, no, son. It is not because you are taking me home. It is because I did the same to your grandfather.
So in short, whatever you are, the analogy behind your story is that the problem that the ladies are crying about is hereditary, right?
It dates back.
That has been
back 4
passed
generations.
over. Yes.
4 generations or even more. So this lady is a victim. The daughter she's raising are victims because she's asking, yeah, I'm still who I derero. So what shall my daughter be called? Yeah?
Yes.
Like she's not seeing the reason why she should associate her daughter with her father. You know? She's not seeing the presence of this man. But do you know in our traditional settings, the uncle, the brother to the mother, was supposed to step in that gap and be the father figure to these kids and even give the name. He was supposed to lend his name to these kids. In the absence, the grandfather would have taken that space.
Are the mothers so this aspect of the bitterness part of aspect?
Yes.
Such that she does not even want to associate any man's name in her family. And that's why now she's deciding she's put away the father's names. She's put away the family name which might come from the uncles or the grandfathers for that reason. And now she decides that it's I and I alone.
You see, in Kikuyu land, nobody dies. I don't know, let's start there. In Kikuyu land, nobody dies. We call about Kohuroka or Okiri. You get?
Passing
so
on.
the name,
Yes.
the name that I share today, Kamau Njoroge, my son, I'll call him Njoroge. You get? So now he's Njoroge wa Kamau. So we keep coming back, you know. So when she's now doing with the name itself, there's a lot that breaks down going forward.
What is wrong with Kikuyu women?
It's not the Kikuyu women.
Because it's not anywhere else, man.
It's not the
Let's be
Kikuyu women who
authentic.
have a problem with
Let's
it.
talk. Let's talk it out, man.
I want us to understand something here.
Yeah.
Yeah? That even these girls, the answers they are seeking may not be available in the spaces they are seeking them. Because whatever is happening dates way back. When the white man invaded their lands, he knew these people were very strong. And their religion gave them the bearing under which they stood. So he had to break all their altars. The family, their lands, their traditions, and all the way they used to worship.
Yes.
It is in Kikuyu land.
Tradition.
Yes, in our lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot was taken away from us. And most of our leaders then were quick to embrace the white man and his ways. So somewhere along the line, we lost a lot. Today, it is only in our culture or in our community whereby if you go to a cultural shrine,
Yes.
you are arrested or even shot. The other day
You are
they
not
arrested-
allowed
the
to
other day
worship
they arrested
your
old
God.
women in their 80s. That has never happened anywhere else. So, in as much as you're asking what is wrong with this woman, does she even know the problem exactly she's addressing?
Yes,
Does she know that her man was not naturally weak? He was a king.
Let's listen on, man.
Johnson Wangari.
Kiriamete, where are you? Na Kikuyu men mnaendaga wapi? Ni conference, kwani conference yenyu amrudingi? You people go and
Mnatupa
you never come
watoto.
back.
Mimi, according to the other tribes that I've come across and the way they value kids, kwanza in terms kama Waluya ukikosana na dem here they kwanza kama ni kijana, they take their son with them. They don't joke. Wajaluo the same.
Tell us about Luya, man.
Yeah,
You're one of them.
I'm a Luya.
Yes.
Traditional Bukusu man.
Oh, yes.
Whatever they are saying is well researched.
Yes.
And with us, we don't take marriages so simply like that. And we really treasure the family names, such that, and it's the purpose all over, the reason as to why people get together, man, is for continuity of a generation.
Yes.
A generation, not anybody coming in between your generation. So with us, we don't believe in living, especially a man.
Yes.
It is our responsibility to walk all the way with your son.
Yes.
With your son,
Yes.
especially.
Yes.
These little girls
Yes.
are Kikuyu.
Yes.
Whatever they are saying is like they want to break away from the traditions that has existed before, which has torn apart the fabric of the Kikuyu family. By simply relating to other tribes, it means that they really crave to have a family, a long-lasting family,
Yes.
whereby a father has always to be present. Could this be that generational change that has never been?
I've always said, compare apples to apples. And you cannot have your cake and eat it. It's fine when they compare to Luya men, to Kisi men, or Luo men. But for most Luo men and Luya men, I know many who have two wives, and that's not an issue.
It's
To the
not
community, it's not an issue.
That's not an issue, man.
The second thing,
Yeah.
they don't have a problem when the old man, when the man of the house wants to settle them in the rural village. Most of these women don't have a problem. Our women don't want that. They don't want me to take them to the old lady back in the village, you know, as I struggle with the current economic situation in town. She wants to be there with me, yeah, and she wants the things right there and then, you know. So under the economic situation, I'm already much disadvantaged for starters. You understand? The second thing, will she allow me to have another wife if I had the resources? Because I agree, there's no reason bringing someone else on board if there's just a few, and in fact they cannot meet our basic needs. Yeah, but when I have enough to go around, as per my standards, remember, not your standards, because you, I may never be able to satisfy anyway. Yeah, today we have a car, you tomorrow you want to save it now.
Yeah.
The day before, the day after that, now we should be having our chopper like so and so who's an MP. You get? So what am I bringing home? This man is a victim right from the start. So it does not matter how much you make, she'll still want more and wants you around full time. But these communities that she mentions, most of them reside in the villages. Most of them.
Yes.
Actually, for Luo, they say, Mujaluo anakuwa na nyumba Nairobi. Lakini boma iko Nyanza.
Bondo, yeah.
So, if that's where you've invested, that's where your life lies. Ask this Kikuyu woman if atakubali nimpeleke Murang'a nimtoe Nairobi. If she says yes, I'm good to go. So some of us are in a space whereby we may not understand what we are going through. Even men, my age, we're supposed to be running families, but they have 2-3 children out there. They would want to reach out, but would that woman give her that space if he wanted? Would she allow him in?
Kisi the same thing value person
after aende 30
the
years.
Ma community guy
Alisha kupea mtoto uko kwa wili yake na mtoto wako uko kwa wili yake. Wa Kikuyu. Nyinyi mnaenda, mkirudi mnakuja mnauza ile shamba mliacha.
Ati atalea, watanipata wakiwa wakubwa.
Watakuja kunitafuta wakiwa wakubwa. So wananihitaji kwa harusi yao. Ni sawa mimi kama mimi nahitaji babangu kwa harusi yangu. Kwa hivyo nitaenda Kameme nikafuta babangu. Ati utafute baba yangu. Lakini sasa ile shamba aliacha atakuja achukue hiyo shamba auze ape nani? Ape ule bibi mwenye alienda kuona.
Like where did we go wrong as
bado kuna kitu hili
Inoro TV mlete hii show to equal debate so that we can know where our Kikuyu men went.
It's all about the daughters asking questions, and we as the fathers are
Yes,
here.
ask your father.
Ask your father, Kenya. That's the reason we are here. Again, for those who have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, Ask Your Father Kenya, we are only starting. Please do so. Remember also to hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload our new videos, you will always be the first to view our content. Also send us some reaction. Send us the questions you wish us to discuss as well, and we will be more than happy to share our mind to it. So the young ladies are complaining about the fathers. Nothing is talked about their mothers.
Are they complaining or they're blaming?
Yeah, sure. No, but nothing is talked about their mothers.
I'm saddened.
Does it mean that their mother has never told them the truth?
Could she? Or would she? No. These are two different questions.
Because it's just a unidirectional, one direction blame.
If you go through the whole video, you'll be shocked. Not once do they point a finger backwards to the mother. And the irony of when you accuse the accuser, one finger points at the person you're accusing, but 3 point back at you. What role did you play in this space? What role? How did he live? Why did he live? Did you reach out? Has he ever tried to reach out? Yeah? And you allowed him back in? Or have you been vilifying him all along? Yeah? They've been told how useless the man was. You know? But do you ask yourself, would you want your daughters to get married at some point in life?
That's a
So
big question.
would they pass the trust that was never there in their own home to the man who's coming on board? So the scenario will keep repeating itself. Most chances are single mother, single parents. If you are raised by that single,
very
you will likely, most likely.
That is what I keep on saying, that the likelihood of a single mother giving birth to a daughter, the same daughter will be able to raise single-handedly the children. Yes. We've seen it. 70% chances, because for a number of reasons.
Yes.
They are worried because they don't know. They never saw it in their father.
Yes.
They never saw how a woman is supposed to treat a man. They never saw it in their mother.
Yes.
All they had from the conversation we are having, from the complaint they are launching today, the many numerous questions, is that their mothers has always been telling them the bad stuff about the father. Remember, there are 2 different girls, 2 different mothers, 2 different fathers probably.
Yes.
Both share the same problem, and almost 70% of the community is having the problem.
You'd be surprised. Even those of us who are still surviving in there have sacrificed a big chunk of the manhood inside a man to just keep the relationship going. You know, we are not happy with the statistics. We have tried to have this conversation on different forums, but I'm telling you, and most of our community issues or the issues affecting our community are correlated. You'd be shocked. This issue of single motherhood and our men drowning in alcohol is the same story, but we're speaking about it in bits and pieces, so we'll never end up getting the right answers. You understand me? This community is vilified and feared at the same time. So those who wanted to conquer us, had to take away what made us who we are.
So for us to go back to where we are supposed to go, I know we shall be happy handling that in the end, towards the end of the conversation.
Yes.
These ladies, do you think they are wife materials? The 2, honestly speaking. Usipake mafuta kwenye mgongo wa chupa. Honestly speaking. Even if they were so desirous of having a family, do you think they can make a family?
You see, the bad thing about humankind, we are primates. By that I mean, it's monkey see, monkey do. Usually, your child, we are both parents, both of us. Your child is most likely, not even most likely, your child will copy what you're doing more than listen to what you're saying.
You are the first teacher to your children.
Oh, yeah. And it's about...
almost the only teacher.
Being a parent is an altar by itself. It's an altar. An altar has power over you. You understand? So your child is most likely to copy what they see you do more than what they hear you say.
Sure.
So if they did not see the father, and see how the father would treat the mother, the love, the affection,
not trust in any man.
The being delegated, the whole 9 yards of a man inside the house and inside the community, they never saw that. What they had was how weak that species is, how weak that man is, and why he does not deserve to be part of us. Yet, in all that, the souls cry out, because that's why they are talking in justice, but they are like asking, I wish you were here and justify why you left.
Exactly.
But would I be justified even if I came back? No matter what explanation I gave, they wouldn't listen, trust you me.
After all, they have learned all this toxicity.
Because
they have always learned from their mothers why the father left, which in most cases is not the fact. It's not the fact. You see,
everyone is a victim here. Everyone is a victim. The mother is a victim. I was a victim. Not maybe of how I'm making, but of a societal that has set some standards which I cannot meet. The mother wants me to take dowry within the first year or the second year, and they've already set some parameters, like, hey, we should not be spending like 20,000 in their preparation, or not for them to bring 10,000. You get? So already there are some standards that have been set, which if I'm not able to meet, then problems start henceforth. People will say, do you know what it means to break a man's heart? Do you know it's the worst thing you can do? You'd rather cut his head. Yes, cut off his head. But when you step on his ego, you're killing something you cannot reawaken again.
So Kikuyu men's ego have been crushed.
That is why we have the highest rates of suicide, homicide, we're killing our partners, and alcoholism. We are running from ourselves. We are victims.
Our Kikuyu men went wrong. Like, really ilienda mbaya, because the other tribes and cultures, they are totally different. They value family, they value kids, wanasomesha.
Na nikashida mko nayo kwa sababu kwa nini mnakuja kwangu, mnaniachia mtoto, mnaenda kwa mwingine,
unamwachia mtoto, akisha mnaenda kwa nini mnatafuta?
Ni sawa mko na nguvu, lakini hamuna nguvu
ya kulea. Kulea is where you guys draw the line. Mmekosana mama mtoto. Utakosana na mtoto.
Sasa kama mimi nilikosea baba yangu.
Taanza kuwaita hapa Kenya.
Baba yangu aniambie ukweli.
Wathireko.
Wathireko. Fa. Wathireko.
My friend, I don't know. Because anything I say,
nitafutie baba yangu. This is now the cry, the plea of the daughter.
Let me clarify
nitafutie baba yangu aniambie.
Let me clarify something here. I share the blame with those 3 men. Yeah? When I explain as if I am one of them. I ain't one of them. Yeah? Actually, mine was much worse. Yeah? Like I've explained in my other forum. I was able to come back, yeah, having been a father at 21 or 22. But I even mentioned, had it not been for the support of the lady, it would not be the way it is today. Yet, so it's two-way, yeah. So if she cannot justify to you, and I mean you girls or you daughters who are looking for your dads and your sons, by the way, it is almost a dead end for that boy now who was raised by these single parents.
That was the question I really wanted to ask. If daughters are in dire need of answers from their father, what of that son who was raised by an independent mother?
How would he know how to deal with his own wife? He hates himself, or he feels like he shares the blame of fatherhood with his own dad.
I think that's the answer now. That's the answer. If you had no father figure in your life, how will you become a father?
You cannot
responsible father.
You cannot be.
So they should stop blaming their fathers and listen to the fathers here now.
You see, now they are comparing apples to oranges, yeah, because they're saying the Masa, the Ma men, the Luo men, the whatever men, yeah. But each and every community has been undergoing its own journey.
Yes.
And you'll be shocked. Others still favor us as the favorites. You see, if you marry a Swahili woman, she will treat you differently.
Yeah.
A Swahili woman.
I know.
My friend, ironically, ask them. Most of the fathers wako Mombasa. If you are looking for your dad, please. Tafuta wa Mombasa. Do you know the funny thing? In Mombasa, if you land there, ni either
kuingia harusi. Hivyo walisema
kutoka hutoki. Sasa mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa hiyo Mombasa. Sasa in Mombasa it's either wakusilimishe ama wakufilisishe. They either make you go broke.
Yes.
Or they make you to a Muslim, which means now you're one of them, so you're not living normal. Once this girl is onto you, she's not letting you go. Asubuhi, she's waking up early, mahamri, nini. You know, the way unapambwa kama
value for your money. Value for your investment.
Hapa utatoka ukienda wapi ndugu yangu?
Value for your investment.
Should find a woman, my friend. Kuuliza kwanza unalipa school fees nini?
Taanza kuwaita hapa
Kenya. Baba yangu aniambie ukweli.
Wathireko. Ithe wa itherero.
Wathireko.
Ithe wa nyabura. Wathireko. Tutakutafuta Inoro.
Hata sitaki hata nikuone unisaidie ama unikuone ufanye. Sasa ni sawa, ninakutafuta venye niko mkubwa na sikujui kwa maisha yangu. Laana yako itanishika kweli?
Haiwezi.
Ama
yeah, you're the first people who come and say ati unajua baba ndo anakuanga na baraka.
Kila mtu ako na kiburi. Na ukizeeka utarudi kwa mama yangu, acha nikuambie.
Baba anakuanga na baraka na unajua kwa maisha watoto wako.
Unajua baba ndo anaacha baraka. Unaacha baraka na uliuza shamba ukapelekea
shamba wako
na
Bible says in the book of Ephesians inasemanga usikasirishe mtoto. Hata hivyo ndivyo imesema in the book. Nasemanga sijui honor your father. Amen. Usikasirishe mtoto. Hivyo ndivyo Mungu alisema. Na wewe unasema ukikasirisha mtoto na Mungu anaona. Kwa hivyo hata wewe ukiacha laana ama baraka, it will not make any difference kwa mtu. Haitamkujia kwake.
Kwa hivyo ujue baba yangu nimekukasirikia na tuliambiwa na Bible usinikasirishe.
The more if you're asking who are you to bless us? Because the curse is already upon you. You've not been having your father there. You lack so much.
Exactly.
That's why you're bitter. I'm not here to curse you. The curse is upon you. And maybe upon me because I also missed you. I wished you were in my life. I so wish.
Yeah.
You know? The beauty of it, your birthdays, yeah? That look in the eyes when you put in that hair clip.
Trust,
you get. I missed all
The
that.
confidence that a daughter finds in the father.
My
the
soul
connection.
cries out to my daughters wherever they are. My soul cries out. Yeah? Why else would I be out there looking for money or for any other source if there's no one back at home to enjoy it? You understand?
Yeah, sure.
So, why are you playing me the victim? Why is it that everything you mention, you blame me? You sold the land. You did this.
Who told you?
You have not been part of, you've not been through what I've been through.
So, by the mere fact that the father is not in their life is enough curse.
Yes. In fact, you need my blessing.
There's one statement you told me one time when we were having a conversation that two men can never exist in a same home.
Yes. No.
God gives space
Yes.
in the home whereby a father is still alive.
Yes.
Whether he is there present
Yes.
or somewhere, roaming somewhere, but he's still alive, God has no much space in that home. God only comes in the family when the father is dead.
Yes.
And that is why, that is enough curse when God is not with you, right? The father to the fatherless,
In Kikuyu.
and the father to the fatherless, and the husband to the
In
widows, right?
In Kikuyu, we talk about Mogogoni. Mogogoni is the one who performs the rituals, but take you into this home, and to the blessings, and to everything, the protection. You understand? So, in the absence, you must find a father figure. If it be the uncle, by the way, we have here a name for the uncle. We don't call them an uncle. He's like the mother, but the man mother. Because the Kikuyu himself, upon whom we've all come from, knew you needed a father.
Very, very important.
Father is not the biological bit. He's not the one who gave the seed. He's the one who raises you. The one who gives you fatherhood. The one who gives you the blessing. The one who will be there when you're being handed over to your marriage. The one who will stand in that gap for these young daughters. If some of us, we have that spirit of clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is being able to transgress the spiritual realm. I can see through their souls and I can tell they're empty. I can see they are pained. Yeah? And that anger is directed towards the wrong person. Because in this space, they are likely to get married to other communities, whereby impoverishing their own kind more.
Let me tell you a secret, because in our tradition, when it's only a man who is allowed to hand over her daughter to a fellow man, not a woman. And there's a lot that comes with that. By the mere fact that these ladies are now at the age of getting married, whatever language they may use to downgrade their father or the male figure in their life, whoever it is of great value whenever a man hands over you as a woman or as a daughter to a fellow man. But not the mother. It comes with a lot of authority, a lot of respect, and a lot of love and honor. And that is why such fellas, when they get into marriage, they have a big burden with them that they carry. Whoever marries such, and let's be authentic, because it's not their fault, man. It's not their fault. It's not their making. Whatever they are today is not theirs.
You did ask me a question. If they would make good wives. I was hesitant because I would not like to blame the victim.
They are not the problem.
I want to lay the facts bare. Maybe for them or for someone else who's in that space, they may be able to understand what they are dealing with here. You see, when you get married and there was never a father in your life, most likely the hunger inside you, you'll direct it to the man you get married to. But that man was never supposed to be now like your dad.
No.
He's supposed to be now, going forward, your husband. So your dad must have molded you enough to be able now to hand you over to the man who's taking over.
That is the duty of your father and your mother.
But now your father was never there. Your father was never there.
So you will expect this man
you
to
will
become
expect
your
some
father.
love from that
fatherly love,
where you want just comfort, but you don't want any romance. And for a woman, for a man you come that close, the man expects romance. So you are not able to connect with your husband, and this one breaks it down right from the beginning.
So you become a burden.
They are likely
to
have troubled marriages, and most likely maybe none, because they'll be clingy. Yeah. They'll be nagging. There'll be all those that a dad can entertain of a daughter, but a husband cannot, because it's not my duty as your husband to raise you.
And always reminding the husband that don't be like my father.
Yes. I knew you'd go. At every mistake, I know you want to leave. Just go, leave. Yeah. We know you men. You know.
My mother took care of us all single-handedly. I still can do that. So you are carrying your generational, your childhood trauma.
Yes, baggage. She has baggage that comes.
Yes.
She brings to the relationship. You see, it's like a woman who has already broken one marriage. She's like to break the second, the third, and the fourth. You know why? The trust level has gone down.
Yeah.
There's deficiency already. So it becomes a major issue going forward. So the new man is having to deal with your trauma that happened in a space where I was not there. How would I even address it? How would I?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is interactive. Kindly send in your comment wherever you see us erring.
Oh, yes.
Please correct where necessary. If you have got a different opinion from us, then ask your father.
Not me.
Ask your father. Everybody has a father, right?
Yes. And if you don't have one, find one or make one. If you cannot find, your mother may not be able to point to the right one. Find the man who you feel can stand in that gap and make him a father.
Kikuyu men, you need to style up. Kikuyu men from Kisii, from Lowland. They really from Masai. Hata si wachana na hao unataka respect. Unataka upewe respect. Na umetoroka kwa boma yako. Si tunaambiwa respect your elders. Mimi nakuja dadara na maelda. Kama nipatana na baba yangu na nilale na yeye. Imagine sasa nikipatana na baba yangu anijua nisponyo. Si upendo baba yangu ponyo. Unana na baba yako. Alafu unakuja sijui damu imezaliwa na masikio kwa mgongo. Another damage imefanyika.
Sponsors,
they
can give these ladies many years. They could be 21 or 22.
They're still very young.
So this means maybe they're in campus or in college. And why do you think the sponsor phenomenon all of a sudden picked up?
The sponsorship, just sponsorships.
Because no, this girl should have been falling in love with men in the age bracket.
Exactly.
Indo miaka kwenda dunda. Usiponyo mwezi dance na mpaka asubuhi. In our time we used to go kwa savana, yeah?
Sasa mimi
tungeenda F2. You dance the whole night. Saturday, Sunday, Monday unajuza guy unazitaniwa. But that was the space.
Lakini saa hizi.
So when you have this old man, alafu mnakomboa flat uko juu 7th floor.
No time.
Baka nikifika hata sisi panda hiyo stairs. It's a man. Yeah. So but because there is a gap, there is an empty hole.
Yeah.
That is claiming for that fatherhood. That is why you want it from this man.
Wow.
That is the void you are trying to fill. This man will fill that void, but he'll never be your husband. He'll never be that other thing you want him to be.
That's a crazy observation, man.
He'll never be. That's why you want this ponyo.
For the mere
it's not even about the money he has.
The father lacked in her life, so she is thinking about this big father figure. That
is the father who has resources, because she was told that your father was useless, he could not provide for you. Now he is a father who can provide, and provide even more. But he's wasting your time. Most of these ponyos don't want even kids from you. Don't make a mistake and become a baby mama by these sponsors. Atakuruka. And ukizidi ataorganize vile mpaka utauliwa. Because now again there is a matrimonial mother somewhere, a matriarch, mnoma sana. Akikujua una exist. Atakuta. So you ulitaka my wealth. So you are damned if you do, you are damned if you don't, because this ponyo will not marry you. Atakutumia
for different women. For example, kuna mmoja ulizalisha kijana. Wakuja patana na msichana kwenye ambaye ulizalisha na mama yake. Wakuja waoane. Different man. Then that wapatane kwa streets, wa date, wakulane, utasema nini? You know, we are not looking at the damages that we are going to cause in the future generations. We are going to have this incest. We will cause incest kama joke by the way. Tutakuwa na lot of incest cases. Umelala na sijui baba ya mtoto wako.
Si ati tutakuwa na a lot. There is a lot.
Watu wamelala na their brothers and
sasa mimi mtu kama mimi siwezi enda na mama sijui kama ni brother yangu. Siwezi naenda kufanya msimu huyu na huko. Na mnasema sisi kabila ya Wakikuyu hatuitamani. Hatupati watu wenye na sasa mnaenda na mnakataa sisi doreli na nyinyi mnaenda na doreli. Wewe unapotelea na unapita nini? Hata ujui wako ni mgani? Ujui wako alikuwa nani? Kama sasa hivi wako shikana na mimi kama brother yangu mwenye alizaliwa. Atakataa kunikatia kwa nini? Si anijui akujui. Kidogo unasikia ndani huyu ni brother. Tunaenda kutafuta baba yetu, tunapata baba ni same moja. Kuna cause a lot of damages. What we need. It is a great damage. Na sasa hivi unaanza kusema kuna shida ya fulani. Utaanza kurudishwa kwa baba zenu na hiyo mali. Unajua hivyo? Mali itakubeba kutoka kwa hiyo kashukwa inakupeleka kwa bibi yako. Inage. Ama umechukua watoto wako wote umezalisha huku nje wanajuana. Ikoite tutakutana sasa baba ananiletea watoto 18. Akwambia wote ni wenu. Na mama yao aende kufanya mambo huko nje. Do I have we are not even looking at the disaster that is about to be caused na hii mambo ya kula kumwaga mbegu kila mahali. It's going to cause a lot of damage. And it is causing a lot of damages. We already have emotionally, mentally, alafu laana zingine zinaanza kutushika because of you Kikuyu men. Mimi laana inanishika ya mtoto wangu kuitamari. Kumbe sisi kwa maisha yetu wa itamari. Sasa mimi naenda kuitamari sasa ndajua wapi.
Ask your father.
They are young girls. They speak a lot. They're informed, yeah? But they're not enlightened. And I don't mean in the sense of the school in Kikuyu. There's much that is going on in their space and in their lives that they cannot even, it's way beyond them, you know, because nobody has taken their time to explain. Had they been looking for this man with the reason to interact and say, hey, whatever happened, forget. You're not part of it. But going forward, I want you to be part of my life. Going forward, I want your blessings. And I want to make sure this does not happen to my kids no more. So what is it you would have wished your wife to do then? So that because I'll be someone's wife, sometimes in the near future, I don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah, sure.
Because as within, as without. Yes. So if you want to correct a situation, start with yourself.
Yes.
How much did you contribute to this that you see? And I'm not talking about them. They are victims by their own right.
Yes.
But everyone is in this scenario.
Yes.
So now that you don't make your kids victims,
you have to do something.
You need to do something today.
Which is?
Ask your father.
Ask your father. And so is the channel Ask Your Father Kenya. So if you are in doubt of anything, kindly find your father, talk to him, ask him. Najua kuna wale wanasema kwamba aligongwa na lori.
Oh, that's what they explain. We are here. Tuko Mombasa na hii Nairobi.
We are here. So Ask Your Father is your channel. So as we sum up, Mr. Sika.
Yes, sir.
What do you see in the voice of these two beautiful damsels?
There's bitterness. There's emptiness. There's that void which will not be filled until they find that father. And I don't mean the biological father. Get me right. The mistake that happened in this situation is that there never existed a father figure in that space. So they are likely to transform or to move into the new relationship with the baggage from the old one. The old one being the lack of a father in the home they were raised. So brace yourself, the one who will marry these daughters, because they come with baggage.
But they are representing so many daughters out there.
It's a conversation I hope we shall be having. We hope to interact, to engage. Let everyone come. Let's know what role did the church play? What role did politics play? What role did the community play?
So,
because everyone is to blame in this situation.
Yeah, sure. In summary, because they are at a marriage stage,
Yes.
whatever they are seeking for answers.
Oh, yes.
What should they do so that when they get into their relationship, they are capable of handling their marriages? Now they have been coded otherwise since childhood because they were raised by their independent mothers. What can you do to uncode whatever has already been coded in their system?
I'll tell them this. You need men in your lives, but you cannot set the conditions in which he comes and how he comes. Maybe you can draw the lines. Let mama help you by understanding the mistakes maybe that was committed, both from her end and from the man's end. Maybe he would not have left had they not done 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So that you are able to tell
Yes.
and make a declaration going forward. I shall not be this again. I shall not want my daughters to miss the presence of their dad.
Their mothers has already coded them otherwise.
Yes.
Well, for 22 good years, for 30 good years, for 25 good years.
They know nothing good about their father.
And they know nothing good about them, any man either.
And by then they claim they're looking for him. And if they found it, they'll crucify him. That's the sad part of it. Because they have the bitterness within. You see, first of all, forgiveness begins with you before it begins with the other person. Yes, that's why I told you it is within without. Yeah? You can only extend to someone else if you're already free yourself.
Sure.
So, whatever circumstances may have transpired in between for him to leave, because ask yourself, why did he not come back? Some daughters think maybe why was I ugly enough? Maybe he didn't like me. Maybe the other woman was much better. Maybe the kids were better off. So that's why, ironically, that's why you find most of these children of single mothers, they perform so well in life. In the life that we, the community, see.
In the eyes.
We look at them as successful business people,
Yes.
successful in their careers,
Yeah, sure.
but they live empty lives.
Very, very empty.
Very empty lives. But life is a cake. You're supposed to enjoy it as you go by. Life is the only cake you can eat and still have it. Yes, life you can enjoy and still be alive tomorrow, to enjoy it tomorrow.
Are they justified to say that they don't wish to be married to their fellow Kikuyu men?
They are not, but in the meantime, unless the community sits down and
because whatever conversation we've been having today
Yes.
is all about independent mothers raising their children by themselves, and the same mother has raised them as a husband. A mother somewhere has raised them a husband. What do you expect of such a man?
You see, most of the mothers, they are mostly tell you, what was I to do? Was I to go look for him? Was I to go drag him by the chains? I keep insisting again, it was not about him. It was about you not providing a father figure to these daughters. Because had you, they would not be thirsting and looking for that man, wanting to vilify him, wanting to blame him for everything that went wrong in their lives. They talk here like he went and had another family. Who told you? He did. They'll say, hey,
obvious.
Of course.
Obvious.
Of course. Or
Yes.
they say, I saw even another neighbor of mine. The circumstances are never the same. But there are conditions that remain cut across the community and what has transpired in the community. Some few individuals were lucky. So you may point at them and say, so and so never left. But why is it that the majority of them broke their homes? Why is it? So the woman is as much to blame as the man. If we were able to address that causes it, then we'd have moved this, we'd have changed the direction and the course. Actually, in Kikuyu, we say, "Ushokiarowe mokaro." So it means the old man knew at one point in time the river may divert from its natural path, and the valley and the journey were supposed to go.
Yes.
So you need to find why is these floods killing people in the other end. This river should be returned to where it's supposed to pass by, so that it reaches the ocean. That is the whole point of the conversation.
How do we return the river back to its course?
It is not a one-man event. It's not a one-institution event. The church cannot by itself. We need to return back our cultural rites, ceremonies. We need to return. We need to return our cultural ceremonies. We need to go back to the basics. Let's forgive and forget, or let's learn from the mistakes of the past. let's work with the little that is there. With the support of my wife, I've been able to achieve much in my life. Financially, socially, morally, economically. It's a package. And for these children to grow in this space and raise beautiful individuals that will serve this community into the future.
Yes.
That is the only way we can be able. We must all pull our resources together, help the weaker ones. I love the Muslims for they have wanasema kustiri mwenzio. If they are weaker financially, you support them. If they are weaker morally, utapata Muislamu kuna wanakunywa pombe, you may not know that. But Muislamu mwenzake akimpata anakuja kama umemfunika na anamlitia taksi, analipa hiyo taksi mwenyewe, anamkimbiza nyumbani. Tena kesho anaja na wengine wawili, wanaja kumstiri ili wajue ilifikaje ndugu yangu ukajipata pale.
So it is our collective responsibility.
Yes, because at the end of the day, I'll be marrying your daughter, or my son will be marrying your daughter.
Exactly.
And she'll go under the same. The cycle will continue and continue and continue and continue.
In summary, these young ladies could be the voice of change.
Yeah, because at least they're out there.
They have seen
questions.
something which is not going right.
Oh, yes.
And they are so desirous of getting to change everything.
Yes. It's a okay. Nature has a way. See, the role of nature is continuity. So nature takes you to a point whereby you have to look backwards. It does not matter how far you want to go ahead. You realize the answers do not belong into the future. They actually belong in the past.
The past.
Yes. That's when you take a pause and look backwards and ask yourself, where did the rain start beating us? Where did we go wrong on this one? What have we been doing wrong thus far? So I like what they're asking because they're looking both backwards and ahead. They're asking, what of my kids? Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
And then they want to know, why did you leave?
They must be so concerned
But
about the
they
future.
need to stop condemning the man who left and understand the circumstances in which he left and why so many of them left. And why, going back to the great-grandfathers, we were the best in the community. We used to own the lands. We used to own all the best things in the lands.
Yeah, sure.
Where did we go wrong? Who dropped the ball?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have had a meaningful conversation. We are only starting. Kindly, if you find this conversation of help to you, feel free to share it to your friend. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel, Ask Your Father Kenya. Comment and let's keep the conversation moving because we still have a lot to do as the fathers here on Ask Your Father Kenya.
Oh yes. The only way to the future, as we close, is that we must continue having these conversations. In our own little space, in your own little space, within your family, address all the issues necessary, and we shall all be safe.
And we shall all be safe. Thank you so much, bro.
Continue asking your father.
Yes.
He'll tell you the truth.
Until next time.
Sign off.